It has taken me far too long to create this video, but I'm so glad to be here with you. It is long overdue. What if I told you that I could offer you a playbook, a cheat code of sorts that would offer you exactly what you needed to win in life? Would that be something you might be interested in? I would think so. So, what if I told you that I could offer you the cheat code to life? I mean, everything you need to know in order to be successful, the exact workouts you need to do, the exact amount of food, everything you need to do day by day in order to be as successful as you want it to be. Now, you don't have to follow it to a T, it's a suggestion, but if you had this book, you would probably be able to dominate in life. If I told you that 30 years from today, you'll become a millionaire, 30 years from today, 10 years, 5 years, whatever amount of time from today, you would become exactly what it is that you wanted to become, there would probably be no limit to how much you would pay to get that book. And so this video is for my people who are maybe confused, maybe stuck, maybe staggered, maybe not sure of how to take the next step, if they should take the next step. For those people who are not sure if they should take the next step, how to take the next step, what the next step is, all of that stuff I'm gonna try to cover in this video. My name is Zach, this is the Infinite Evolution. Let's get into it. So, when it comes to YouTube, 90% of all podcasts don't make it past episode 3, right? 99% don't make it past episode 20. So if you just wanna be in the top 1%, all you have to do is produce 21 videos and you'll be in the top 1% just like that, right? And it's not just YouTube, gym memberships. 9 out of 10 people quit after only 3 months. People who are just getting started on their fitness journey, they quit after only 3 months. And it's for a number of reasons, but the most popular reasons are lack of confidence and also a lack of ambition. But what I'm here to tell you today is that 2 things. 1, not only does separation require elevation, we'll get into that more, but even beyond the separation requiring elevation, the things that you actually lack are not confidence or ambition, though they do play factors. The thing that you actually lack more than anything else, more than everything else, is discipline, purpose, and priorities. And if you can master these 3, you'll win every single time. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teach you how it is that I was able to create my own playbook of life, my own cheat code to life, however you wanna look at it. I'll tell you exactly how to do it in a practical way that anybody can follow, anybody can do. Let's get rolling. So first off, I'm a filmmaker, photographer, videographer, educator, you name it. I've worked in just about every restaurants. I'm bilingual, I speak Spanish. There's a lot that I've been able to accomplish in life, but one thing that I have to be honest about is that for even as much as I've accomplished already, there's so much more that I could have accomplished had I known this one tiny strategy. And the strategy is you must write things down. You must actually plan out and write your goals. It seems so simple, it seems so basic, but because of the nature of life, because of the way things are going, there's so much stuff that we have to think about on a constant that it's easy to overlook things. And so if you are relying solely on your brain power to get you through life, you may be able to do it. And for much of my life, I was able to do it. I was able to get into university. I was able to graduate high school, college, get a job. So let me be clear. You don't actually have to write anything down. It really just depends on how successful you want to be. If you know you want to make it to the top, again, elevation requires separation. I'm going to talk about that a lot because it's so important. But essentially what it means is this. If you want to be different, you have to do different things. And it sounds so simple. It sounds so basic. But actually doing the thing that is hard, actually doing the thing that is different is what's going to separate you. You cannot hope to be different. You cannot wish to be different. You cannot think about being different. You just got to be different. And the thing that separates great from good, from bad to average to all of these things is often not even a big difference. A lot of times it's just who can be most organized, who can be most structured, who can be most disciplined, and then string them together for day after day after day. And eventually those days roll into months, those months roll into years, those years roll into results. But it starts with just one day. For me, one of my biggest fears, one of my biggest things that I just have never been able to get over is shooting a video on YouTube. As a photographer, as a filmmaker, as a videographer, shooting stuff for other people comes natural. I'm always being asked, hey, can you shoot this event for me? Hey, I got a project. And that's what I do naturally, so it's easy. But for this, I wanted to step outside of my comfort zone, do something that I'm not used to, and also see if I can help some people. This strategy literally changed my life, and it would be wrong if I didn't share it with people. Now, just speaking for myself, I'm a big fan of YouTube. Most of the media and entertainment that I consume is actually on YouTube. So I can remember when I first moved back to Detroit from college at Michigan State, and I remember I had a nice apartment. I was paying for cable like $120 a month for Xfinity, and there would be these shows that I would watch, and I would record everything on a DVR, skip through the commercials, and it would just be the best experience ever. But then eventually I realized, like, one, time is so precious, and I don't really have the type of time, nor does it make financial sense for me to be spending so much money on Comcast internet or Xfinity or whatever you want to call it, whatever internet service provider, when I could just watch the highlights for free on YouTube. One of my favorite shows was ESPN First Take. I don't have 2 hours to watch ESPN First Take, so what am I going to do? I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to watch the best clips from the best moments, and that's going to be it. If you got 2 hours to watch it, great, but 9 times out of 10, if you aren't where you're supposed to be, you probably don't have 2 hours to be watching ESPN First Take or Netflix or Tubi or video, whatever it is. You got to start to learn to prioritize things, right? So I'm a filmmaker, I'm a producer, I'm a photographer, I'm a videographer, I am a business owner, right? I'm a Detroit native, I am a brother, I'm an uncle, I'm a lot of things to many people, but more than that, I just want to help people. The main reason why I want to make this video, and the main reason why I'm going to do this 30-day sprint, is because I'm tired of waiting. And that fear of regret is something that I simply cannot live with. I can live with knowing that I failed. I can live with knowing that it didn't work out and I gave it my all, or I gave it a real try. But what I cannot live with, and what I know I'll wrestle with, is the not knowing, the wondering, the what ifs, the what could have been, the woulda, coulda, shouldas. I don't want to have that in my life, and I don't want to live a life of what if. I don't want to play it safe. I want to invest in me. I want to invest in myself, and I want to share the things that I know with others. For me, the entire theme of 2024 has been investing in the self, investing in the self. And though it's been a year of great turmoil, a lot of changes, a lot of shifts, it's also been a year of a lot of growth, a lot of success, a lot of wins, a lot of opportunities. And what I'm seeing is, the more I invest in myself, and again, I believe this with all of my heart, the more I invest in myself, and probably the more you invest in yourself, the more you'll win. And this works in all areas of life. In love, right? Imagine trying to find a perfect partner for you, but you won't even invest in you. You want somebody to love you, and you won't even love yourself. There's so much stuff I want to get to. There's so much stuff I want to and need to say. But up until now, I have been apprehensive, afraid, unwilling, overthinking, procrastinating, whatever you want to call it, too much. Everything but actually getting the video done, so no mas. From here on out for the next 30 days, today is October 1st, from October 1st to October 30th and really beyond, I'm going to produce one video a day, one original video a day, and that's just going to be that. No more waiting. The way to do it is to do it. The way to get it done is to get it done. No more thinking, no more planning. It's time. Now, in order to prepare for this, I have gone to what I like to call YouTube University. There's so much great content. There's so much good media that talks about building a channel and starting as a beginner and all these different hangups that new YouTubers sort of run into. But beyond all of the research and all of the analysis and all of the thinking, and the most important thing is that you just start. And that's what I'm seeing. Up until now, I've been a pretty successful photographer, videographer, creator. It hasn't been difficult for me to find business. However, if I'm being completely honest, I would like to be more busy, right? And so one of the strategies, again, 2024 has been all about investing in me. And now that I'm seeing it's working, I'm doubling and tripling and quadrupling down because I know just how effective it is. So one of the things that I've noticed is that business cards. A lot of times I'll go to events and I'll be shooting an event, and for me, I like to go above and beyond. So as a videographer, you can tell, and even not, forget about being a videographer, forget about being a professional, as just a regular person, you can tell when a videographer is really going above and beyond to try and capture everything they can. They're getting low, they're finding angles, they're constantly moving, they're not on their phone, they're being social in the right way to getting people to open up. They're doing what you want them to do. You're getting more than right? They're doing what you pay them to do, but even then more. And that's the way my mind thinks. I'm not a person who's fueled by money, though I do like money. I do like finances. I do want to be financially set and taken care of. And as things stand, if I were to just play it safe and just stick with my 9 to 5, I would be good. I could pay all my bills. I could take care of myself. I wouldn't have any struggles. But I want more. And I know that if I don't do more, I'm going to regret it. And again, that regret to me is it's massive. So if you don't want to live with regret, if you want to find a way to get it, here's how you do it. The second reason why is untapped potential. We constantly hear people talking about potential this, potential that. Oh man, he has great potential. Oh, she has great potential. Potential doesn't mean anything if you don't actually live up to it, right? Potential doesn't mean anything if you don't do anything with the potential. So as much as I like potential, I like results even more. I like taking action even more. And again, I'm a firm believer that there are more people with great potential who don't make it than those with small potential, right? Maybe they weren't the most popular or the fastest or the smartest, but they were consistent and dedicated and worked hard, and they had a mission and a purpose, and because of that, you couldn't stop them, right? Untapped potential is something I simply cannot have. If people constantly tell you how smart you are, how talented you are, how capable you are, how all of these great things you are, how much potential you have, at a certain point you got to start to act on it. And I won't be okay with going to the grave with ending this thing knowing that I haven't. But if I know I've given it my all, if I know I've done every single thing I possibly could, how could I be upset, right? Another reason why is also the power of the first step or move. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned how 90% of podcasts don't make it past episode 3. And after that, it goes up to 99% don't make it past episode 20. Now, between 3 and 20 episodes on YouTube, if you're a person who's never made a YouTube video, that sounds like a lot. But if you think about your favorite YouTube channels, if you think about a Think Media or NBA or YC Imaging or Peter McKinnon or you name it, all of these pages have way more than 20. These numbers aren't accidental. These stats aren't random or willy-nilly. They're very specific, right? And so if you want to be different, you just got to be different. Even if your videos aren't great, paralysis by analysis can't be the thing that stops you. If you get to 25 videos, for sure, your 25th video will be better than the first. And again, when you first start, how many people are even watching you? I don't know how many people are going to see this video, but I do know that I'm going to make it. And I do know there's no way on earth I'm not going to make it happen. Why? Because I committed to it. The power of the first step is so important, it cannot be understated. Because for most things, it is just about taking the first step. If it's the girl you want, taking the first step and asking her out. She might tell you no, but she might tell you yes. You won't even find out if you don't take the first step. The job that you want. The first step is to fill out that job application or send the resume. But again, if you never take the first step, you can never get the thing. So take the first step. Above all else, just take the first step. Don't worry about what others are thinking. Don't worry about what others might say. Just worry about taking the first step, right? And then last but not least, again, just investing in myself. If you think about all the things that we invest in, it isn't just financial. It's time, it's energy, it's effort, it's spirit, it's attention. All of these things are investments. And so my question to you is, where are you placing your investments? We know what people value based on where they spend their time and attention. So if you're giving your time and attention to social media or video games or whatever, and it's not getting you to the place where you need to be, you need to recalibrate and refocus and rethink those investments. But again, this may sound like generic, so let me tell you exactly what it is I mean and exactly how to do it. If you know anything about me, you know that I'm a solutions kind of a guy. So I don't like to just get to babbling and yapping and talking about problems, I like solutions and I like results, right? So now that you know my why, let me be really clear, really specific about what my goal is, what I will do. There's no one stopping me but me. There's no one who can hold me back but me. Life might get in the way. Some things could happen, but I have enough time during the day where if I want to get this done, if I'm truly committed and truly dedicated, there's no way I won't. And even if you think about me shooting this video, right, or you shooting your first video or getting that client or applying to that job, even when you think about the thing that it is that you're afraid to do, what's really more scary? Doing the thing and taking the first step, or missing out and never even knowing if you could have had it? For me, it's simple. For me, when something is like really on my mind and pressing, I wrestle with it all night, right? And I don't want that. I don't want to be thinking about, so I just do. So what exactly is it I'm gonna do? First, I'm gonna produce one video a day for the next 30 days. Today is October 1st, which means by October 2nd, at the latest, this video must be out, full stop. But even beyond that though, if I'm able to produce 30 videos in 1 month, not only would that put me in the top 1%, but I have the type of momentum where I can keep going. I don't think that my first video is going to be the best video I've ever done, but it's the most important. So it's not that I'm saying that the first video or the first thing is the best. What I'm saying is it's the most important. I can't have a successful YouTube channel if I don't have the first video. I can't be a successful filmmaker if I haven't made the first film. I can't be a successful accountant if I have never had a job as an accountant, right? You gotta start. You gotta take the first step. And if you can just get that first step, so much will fall into place. Not perfectly, not exactly how you plan, but the first step. In addition to producing one video a day, because this thing for me isn't even just about the videos. Again, it's about helping others, sharing my journey with others, and just connecting with, creating, and building a community of like thinkers and people who are united by a common goal, a common purpose. So what exactly is it that I'm trying to do? No. What exactly is it that I'm gonna do? The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna produce one video. I'm gonna drop one video on YouTube every day for the next 30 days. Today is October 1st, so by October 31st, I should have 30 videos, full stop. And if I don't, then we know I didn't do what I was supposed to do. But even if I fail, which I won't because I'm going to do it, I'm committed. But even if I fail, let's say I only produce 22 videos. If I produce 21 videos, I'm in the top 1% of videos. If I produce 25 videos and not 30, I'm in the top 1% of all creators. Right? If I shoot for the moon, I'm going to land on the stars and there's no way I could lose. But I got to shoot the shot. I can't do any of that. I can't land on the stars. I can't float them on the clouds if I never take off to begin with. So this right here, this is me taking off. And it's also not even just videos. It's also 30 days of clean eating, the purest things I can possibly think of to put in my body, and 20 workouts. For me, health is a really important thing, and I know that up until now, like many things, I haven't been giving it my best effort. And so if I really want to invest in myself, if I really want to do myself a service, if I want to become my best self and produce my best work, I got to put the best things into me. Now, let me be clear. My diet isn't only the things that I eat, but it's a really important part of it. When it comes to weight loss, when it comes to being where it is that you want to be, diet and the things that you eat is the most important. So if you ever ask a fitness expert, a personal trainer, a dietitian, what is the most important aspect for losing weight and being healthy? It's actually not working out, because you can't outwork a bad diet. It's what you eat. And so what I'm focusing on is for 30 days, I'm going to eat clean. The things that I like to eat are already good anyway, but the thing is, because I have the money to pay for it, because I have the time and opportunity, it's nothing for me to go to my favorite pizza spot, Supino, grab a couple of cheesy breads, and undo any good I've done throughout the day. No mas. Cannot do it. No mas. For the next 30 days, it'll be salads, it'll be vegetables, it'll be fruits. It'll be things that grow from the earth, that I know where they came from, that aren't super processed, and I just want to see what it'll do. Again, investing in myself. I'm not asking anyone else to do it. I'm saying that this is what I know that I'm capable of, and I won't allow myself not to do it because I owe it to myself. Again, just thinking about regrets. I don't want to regret not having the physique that I really say. There's an old saying when it comes to fitness and workout that I forget exactly who says it, but essentially the quote goes, "It's a shame for a man not to know the true capabilities of what his body can do for him." It's been a really long time since I have been at peak performance. But genetically, I have everything it takes. It's really easy for me to lose weight. The things that I like to eat are healthy. I like eating vegetables. I like eating salad. I like eating smoothies or fruits and vegetables. These things are really easy for me to eat. But because I choose to allow myself to be distracted or undisciplined, I've been buying things and eating things that aren't so great, right? I would also say that those impact me financially, also inhibiting my ability to build even faster. The same 20, 30, 50 bucks that I spend on a random meal, which will be over in 30 minutes, I can spend that investing into my business. I need a new camera, so that money will be going there. There's so many upgrades I want to make to my gear and camera and just so many things that I want to invest in. And if I don't do it, and so to not do so would be, again, just a disservice to me and my potential, but also my execution. Again, I don't want to have regrets. And also, because I don't want to be just motivated by the negative, I do want to see how far I can go. That excites me. More than the fear of regret. So even more than the fear of regret pushes me to be better, the love, the motivation, the passion, the excitement of what achieving my dreams could lead me to, that's even more than whatever fear I could possibly think of, right? And I'm not a fear-minded person, so I won't even allow myself to let that be the thing. The last thing I want to do is, and again, this is related to the food, just better spending, saving, and investment. And all of these things are related. So if I'm producing the videos, that's investing in me, that's spending the time investing in me, and it's investing in you or anybody else who watches. If I'm eating right and I'm working out, that's investing in me and my health, my family, my future family. It's making sure that the people who love me will have me for as long as possible. I'll speak more about this as we go, but it's critical, right? And then, so the most important part of this video is the how. How exactly you do it. So the most important part of this video is the how. How exactly do you get it done? How exactly do you make these changes? How exactly do you win in life? I told you my 3 goals, but if I just go out and I freestyle life the way a rapper might freestyle a song just off the dome, I might get it. I might make it happen, but chances are I'm gonna fail or fumble, which you might fail or fumble anyway. But by doing this thing that I'm about to tell you about, there's no way you won't win. And the thing that I need you to do is I need you to start writing down your goals every single day. And even beyond the daily goals, I need you to have some sort of bigger goals. There's a lot of research that suggests what the best time frame for goals is. But for me, I like the idea of working with intensity, with urgency, and with an energy that'll get something done because it's important. Not procrastinating, not waiting, not taking my sweet time, but getting right to it. And so, though you want to have big goals, you want to dream big, you actually want to plan small. So if the goal for the next year is to buy your house, you're not going to buy the house tomorrow or within the next 3 months. But you can save a certain amount of money within the next 3 months, right? So maybe you can't buy the house in 3 months, but you can save $3,000 or $10,000 or $5,000 for that down payment. And just like that, you're one step closer. So even like right now, if you're thinking of creating goals, I want you to have something big in mind, but not so far that it goes beyond it. Because when it's too far, the human brain doesn't do good at thinking in long distances. Most people who are overweight at some point have somebody telling them, you need to lose weight because if you don't, X, Y, and Z will happen. Or you need to save money because if you don't save it, then you won't have this. And people know that that's the case, but they don't do it because it's not here right now. Don't go on that vacation because if you don't, because if you do, you won't have money in case an emergency comes up. And of course, the emergency comes up. Of course, the health thing comes up. Of course, whatever the thing is comes up, and then you're not prepared. So the most important thing is that you give yourself the best chance possible by actually writing and planning down. There is not a day that goes by where I'm not writing down my goals. There isn't a day that goes by where I'm not writing down some sort of goal because it's just that important. Again, if small days lead up to months, lead up to years, if small moments lead up to big results, how could you possibly risk not writing down things that are important that will lead you to that place? And the thing is, the reason why the daily things are more important is because, again, you can't pass a month's time in one day, but you can pass this day in one day. And in this one day, there are 4, 5, 7, 8 things you needed to get done. If you had them all organized in a clear, concise place where all you had to do was just read it, boom, check it off, you will get it done. Now, if you really want to go a step further, I recommend 2 things. One, you want to have at least 3 things for every day, minimum 3 things. The most important things you got to get done. But most people will have more than 3 things. So this is why I'm saying writing them down is critical. In conclusion, I would like to know, what are your thoughts on what I'm saying? Is it too much? Is it too intense? Is it not enough? Can you relate? Have you been here before? Do you know the struggles of being a procrastinator or being a creative mind who just hasn't been able to pull the trigger? Have you been in a place where you knew what you wanted and you didn't go for it and you had that regret? Let me know. Let me know. Tell me in the comments, send me messages, let me know what you think about it. I'm coming back for at least the next 30 days. But again, I want to build a community, right? And so I want to know, what are your struggles? What advice you might have for me if you've done it already, if you've been fit, if you've figured out that consistent route, and then just any feedback. So let me know what it is. I'm not on the island. I do want to hear from people. I do want to build a community, and that's something we'll get into further. But for now, that's all I got for you. This is The Infinite Evolution. My name is Zach, and I hope to see you again.